not an instrument of convenience, it is a process of self-annihilation. Are you ready in some way to fall apart? You know, falling in love, it means something of you should fall. So, we need to understand this. If something larger than yourself need to happen to you, what you have made yourself to be, that is your creation, should fall apart. Only then something of the Creator's creation will touch you. To be in love means just that it is not about your thought and emotion. A dimension beyond you has become a part of you. If it matures, it becomes devotion. If it further matures, it leads to dissolution. So, may we be blessed with this possibility that something beyond you happens to you.
When will you learn how to handle my thought, how to handle my emotion? We will give you tools, how to figure this machine out. Whatever the issue, we'll do our best. But this should not be the issue.
If there are many phrases where we feel that we are depressed, we are lonely, and when everybody is against us, and there is no one to, guide us or talk about it. So at that moment, how should we handle it or how should we deal with it?
See, this is an unfortunate condition that a whole lot of human beings are in. In their experience, in their personal experience, life is like me versus the universe. Being in competition with the universe is a stupid thing to do. That's not a competition you must get into. Hello? Me versus the universe is a bad competition to get into. Would you also agree with me? So, this is why yoga… Yoga does not mean twisting and turning your body. The word yoga means union. Right now it's me versus the universe. This is just your psychological condition. If you continue to be like this, you will see after some time they have no choice at all. Emotion is a very powerful thing. This is not a trick. This is a way of being. This is an intelligent way to exist.
Sadhguru, can you share something on how to build goodwill and manage perceptions?
So how to build goodwill? I was doing a program for one of the top, really one of the largest multinational company in the world. Top 25 executives, it's a two-day event. I had 9 volunteers with me. Isha Foundation is a completely volunteer-run organization. And these 9 volunteers were managing everything for the program, and on the second day, one of these executives asked me, Sadhguru, where do you get such people? Because they are always looking for attrition, Where do you get such people? I said, you don't get them, you got to make them. How do you make them? I said, you have to make them fall in love with you. Oh, how do we do that? I said, first you must fall in love with them. Then they say, oh, they don't pay us for that. People whom you love are not easy. Transform yourself in such a way. Being in your presence, unknowingly, their cup will turn around. As far as your spiritual process is concerned, anyway you're alone.
Namaskaram, Sadhguru. I'm in a relationship with a very bitter person who is not interested in spirituality. How can I handle my relationship without losing my way on the spiritual path?
If your concern is your spiritual growth only, then if you have a demon for your partner, that's the best thing. But your partner, your husband, wife is not just about spiritual growth, you also want to have a pleasant life in the family. Then you have to choose someone whom you like, but any human being on the planet, there is something that you don't like about them. Isn't it so? So you use that part of it for your spiritual growth, and the rest of it you enjoy. Just as life. So if your intention is to have a good family, then some rapport is needed between two people, otherwise it won't work. Especially if you have produced children, then rapport is must, otherwise you'll foul the new life that's come up. If you create a foul atmosphere, you'll foul up the new life that is coming up. Nobody has any right to do that actually, but people are doing it. But no human being has any right. You can mess yourself up as much as you want, that's up to you. But you can't mess up a fresh life that's just coming up. So, if you're looking for good life, family life, then one has to find rapport. And that rapport means some areas of commonality at least.
This question is from Vasini. If one has a deep yearning for nothing less, and one is doing all the sadhanas and becoming emptier each day, but the experience still has not happened, what is one to do, Sadhguru?
Emptiness does not come in installments. Because emptiness means that which is not. Why emptiness is? Because fullness, there is no such thing, it's just a word. If you really look at it, let us say, I will put $1 billion into your pocket. No, I have no such plans, I am raising funds right now, okay? Suppose, just to titillate you, I will put $1 billion into your pocket. It feels very full for one day, but then you see her walking with $10 billion, you have? Then suddenly your pocket feels empty with $1 billion. Then let's say we'll put another 9 for you, you have $10 billion. Then he is walking with $100 billion, suddenly it again feels empty. So your pocket can never be full, no matter how much we put. We'll take your head. When you passed your first standard, you felt like, what's there more to know in this world? You know? Then they told you there's a goddamn second standard. And you went through this, then they told you 10th standard is public exam, that's it. If you do that, your parents went on telling you, this is the key aspect of your life, 10th standard is very crucial, you believed. And you finished your 10th standard and you're feeling chest puffed up and you thought, you really know it. Then the next day they started bothering you, which college will you join, which college will you join? What college? I thought number 10 I reached. Perfect number champion number, but no good. Like this at every point. So, how much ever we put into your head will never become full. Well, initially you just fell in love with only one person. Then when you fall in love with one person, she produces 1 or 2 or 3. Then you fell in love with all of them. But then they produce grandchildren like this. That also you loved, actually more than this one. So your heart also cannot become full. You go in a constipated installments, that's different. If you fall in love with everything in the universe, still it is not full, still it is capable of taking more. So your pocket cannot become full, your head cannot become full, your heart cannot become full. So fullness is an illusion that you chase, there is no such thing. But emptiness is possible.
What is empty is never partially empty. Fullness is always partial. Emptiness is always total. When something is empty, it is absolutely empty. So you don't do that in installments. If you try to do it in installments, then you you will never catch emptiness, because you cannot catch emptiness.